Welcome back, guys. Now we've moved on to the main body of the Deathwatch. Most options, the core strength of what it is to be Deathwatch. The Veterans. Troop choice for the Deathwatch, 110 points. That 110 points gets you 5 veterans. You can upgrade to Watch Sergeants or Black Shields. The Watch Sergeant is... all he really gives you is the ability to take a Xenophase Blade and special issue war gear. If you want those two things, you want a Xenophase Blade and a regular unit, or you need some special issue war gear, which for the Deathwatch is an Auspics, Melt-A-Bombs, Teleport Homer, Digital Weapons, or a Combat Shield. You need any of those things. Yeah, go for it, I guess, right? Other than that, I would say, especially in a lot of tournament settings, and maybe in certain types of games as well, you just don't want a Deathwatch Sergeant in your squad, because he's a character. And that means, one, people can do challenges, which might force you into a off-balance situation. Or in some kill point games, killing the characters gives points. So if you don't have characters to kill, the opponent can't get points. So, something to think about. Black Shield. He is bad. He gets atonement through honor. Sorry. And what that does, I'll turn to the rule itself and read it to you. He's basically your melee dude. What that does is he doubles his attacks in the assault phase if he is locked in combat with an independent character, monstrous creature, or a vehicle. Which, strangely enough, they might want to change that wording, because you cannot be locked in combat with a vehicle. Right, GW? Pretty sure you can't be locked in combat with a vehicle. So, interesting there. But, in combat with a vehicle, I think rules is intended on that one at least, right? Or if the combat it is in contains more enemy models than friendly. And that just has to be one. One more model than good guys. One bad guys and good guys. It says count all models locked in combat, not just the ones engaged with this model. So, cool. And what do you get with a Black Shield? Well, first, it costs you 15 points to make one. He gets a 5 weapon skill. Plus, he gets atonement through honor. So, he starts off with 2 attacks. You basically give him 2 close combat weapons of your choice, which brings him up to 3 attacks. And you charge him in at 4 attacks. Right? So he is getting 7 attacks in combat. How did I do that math? Well, it's easy, because his base attacks, because of the 2, his stat and the 2 weapons is 3. You double that if he's using his atonement through honor, and then you add the extra one from the charge, which makes him 7. So pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Close combat guy. So, upgrading a Black Shield in a veteran squad, do that if you're going to have a close combat veteran squad. Make him the main guy there. He is a character, so he can be drawn into challenges, so you need to think about that. These guys can have melee, ranged, and special weapons. And veterans can take heavy weapons, which is the big thing about, can you put a heavy Thunderhammer on a Black Shield? You cannot, because he becomes not a veteran after you upgrade him. Heavy Thunderhammer is an awesome close-in weapon. If you're going to make a close combat squad, having a few of those in the squad is not a bad idea. And then some other guys with Storm Shields to protect those guys. The Storm Shield for this unit is 10 points, which is not a bad buy for 2 guys to upgrade them up and protect the rest of the squad. And the thing about this squad is you can do a lot of things with it. You can go melee, heavy melee, big monstrous creatures, vehicles, taking out little dudes by using thunderhammers and power swords and going that way. Or you can go anti-infantry and give them all bolters and Deathwatch shotguns, which gives you a lot of template options, a lot of armor piercing values. It is really cheap because it's basically base points at 110 because a Deathwatch shotgun is a free upgrade. And then a bolt pistol can be upgraded to a bolt gun, free upgrade. So, very cool. Not so great in close combat because you don't really have any decent close combat weapons, so you want to keep those guys out of close combat. But really good again at shooting down pretty much infantry, because you can get AP2, you can get lower APs or higher APs or whatever, and templates to deal with big blob armies. So it's really good to shoot down infantry units. Now if you want to go against vehicles and stuff, but you don't want to get into close combat with them then you go frag cannons, which is nice. The Infernus Bolter, which this guy here has right there, that is great for infantry as well. It's basically a heavy bolter and a heavy flamer put together. That is good for holding objectives. Despite what some people may say or think about it, excellent for holding objectives. You stick some guys with some storm shields and some guys with those on an objective, your opponent's going to have a hard time taking it. Number one, he gets close enough, you're going to heavy bolter him down. Then if whatever survives decides to charge you, they are going to face a wall of heavy flamers that is going to hurt a lot. So excellent objective holders. Most people are like, oh, frag cannons, but you know, the Infernus Bolter has its place, and it is an assault weapon as well. So that is great too. It's great for assaulting an objective and then holding it. So excellent troops. If you're going with a frag cannon force, those guys are excellent at destroying pretty much all heavy armor, super heavy vehicles, just crushing. They're dual shot las cannons at close range basically. So double tap las cannon, so excellent force for that. The point values, you can go with a veteran squad, base 110 like I said, all the way up to, I think I had one in the 300, 350 point range for a single 5-man squad. So you can get overly crazy with your units. Some tips with these guys. Number one, if you're going to rhino them up or razorback them up, because they'll fit in a razorback, the full squad will. And you can make a 10-man squad, but a base 5-man squad will fit in the razorback. Plus you get the extra weapon on top. 2 guys can fire out of a rhino, if you want to go the rhino route. In that case, take a 5-man squad, only give 2 heavy weapons, so both the heavy weapons are able to fire out. Either the Infernus Bolters or the frag cannons would be my choice. And just run around as long as you can in the vehicle, having those 2 guys just plink out some shots and put the other guys basically bolt gun, shotgun guys. So if you have to get out, you got some defense there. Maybe give 1 or 2 of them a storm shield if you plan on getting out at some point. If you're going to drop pod them, I would say go with a full 4 in a unit with the frag cannons, and then take some storm shield defense so they're not like a suicide squad, because they're expensive suicide squad if you do it that way. So keep them around a couple turns and your enemy's back, doing some serious damage. If you're going to do them as close combat melee, you could consider taking a Land Raider with them. That would be good. Put them in there. Can't take it as a dedicated transport. They can only take rhinos, razorbacks, black stars, or drop pods, but you can get a Land Raider. Stick them in it. Run them up, drop them off, cause face smashing. We will discuss the Corvus Black Star later, but in many instances, I would not load them into a Black Star. You could take the Black Star as a dedicated transport so you can bring it, but I would not load them into the Black Star. When I get to the Black Star, we'll discuss the reasons for that why. But other than that, the Veterans overall are extremely versatile. You can do pretty much anything with them, and that's part of their negativity. The negative part of them too is you can get carried away with them. The biggest secret, I think, to properly fielding the Veterans is to be judicious with the points that you spend. To not get overly carried away with giving them all the toys and bells and whistles. Throw a few bells and whistles in there, but spread them out. Bring more bodies. Put your eggs in different baskets. Don't load them all up in one. That is the best advice I can give for the Veterans. Alright guys, if you like this video and it's helpful for you, please give me a thumbs up. Comment in the comment section if you have any questions or comments. Maybe your favorite veteran squad and how you would put one together. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Click that subscribe button and hit that bell and click that box so you get all the video updates when they come out, as soon as they come out. And share my videos around. That really helps, and I appreciate when you do it. Thank you for your time. I know your time is valuable, and I appreciate you spending it with me. I'll talk with you guys later.